Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome back to more Conan Exiles here on the Cotango Exiles server. I'm Liz, and we've got some changes for today. I don't think there's much different in this vision here, or over here. There's a few little changes. If we turn this way, you can see it a little bit more prominently. If you notice, our furnaces now take up the whole back wall. We no longer have the stack of chests over here. The stack of chests over here is completely different. Basically, what happened was there was a major game update. Major update in the sense that it wasn't really super duper major. I would actually call it a minor update in reality. Just a few fixes here and there and a few little changes and whatnot. No big rebalancing. And they added the feats for the Conan DLC, which is currently not available yet as far as I'm aware. It's not available on Steam yet, that's for sure. At least not when I checked it. I forgot the H. So these are all the feats that are available for that. They have their armors. I really hope that the Catan armor sets are encumbrance, because you get them at level 10. Like, they basically said that this DLC is not pay to win in any sense. Like, it's purely cosmetic. So the Catan armor should be a carbon copy of whatever armor set it is on this equal tier with. The tier 10 or the level 10 armors are the Exile armors. So the Conan armors should be encumbrance armors, and they should be matches to the Exile armors. In which case, that's awesome, because this looks absolutely gorgeous. I definitely want to wear some of this stuff, and encumbrance is my thing. If you haven't noticed, encumbrance is my jam, and I want armor that has encumbrance that doesn't look like just, tattered rags on me, basically. However, the thing that I noticed about it is, if we take a look at that armor set, the Conan stuff is all temperature cold resist, whereas the Exile stuff is all, well, you can't really see it there, you gotta scroll down, it's all temperature heat resist. So even if it is encumbrance, it's not going to be a direct match to the Exile stuff because it's cold resist. The only thing where all three of the sets, like all of the light, medium, and heavies are all cold resist, is the Nordheimer armors, the Vanir sets. And Vanir sets, I don't... They give... I love this armor. I love it so much. The medium looks great on males. The female harness doesn't look that great. The heavy looks great on both males and females, on the male and female model. It's fantastic. I love the helmet. I love the pauldrons. I love the It's just great. Problem is, it gives grit. I don't want grit. I want encumbrance. Like, I don't even want survival or agility, because 5 survival or agility is only going to be worth so much to me. Encumbrance is going to be worth a ton all the time. So I gotta try it when it comes out. We're definitely going to be picking up that DLC, and we will see what we can do there. But that patch hit, and it resets your stats, it reset your feats, and you had to redeploy them all again. And also, it broke the mod that lets you the less building restrictions mod. I actually have it turned off right now. It breaks that mod, and as a result of breaking that mod, all of my stuff was placed invalid. And because all of my stuff was placed invalid, I had to put it back down again, basically. And placing down all of these was not the most pleasant thing in the world, because it takes up another chunk of space that I never had used before that I had chests on. So the chests ended up getting moved over here. Nothing really changed with these guys. The bed is still here. I think I had a large stove here. It's just completely gone now. I just took it out. My carpenters have been hard at work. Oh, and another thing, this isn't a mod or anything. This is the patch. The F key to loot all from here doesn't work anymore. I'm pressing F. It's not looting all. I can go into it though and press space, and it does loot all. So I mean that's cool. But I'd like to be able to loot from outside of this. Anyway, we've been getting ourselves bark and shaped wood. The bark thing still works. Looks like I also cooked up a bunch of steel fire with whatever tar we had. Excuse me. And I had to do some resource juggling as well as a result, so my resources here are a little bit weird, the way I have them deployed. And I don't have any bricks. Well, I do have some bricks. I have bricks that I've cooked up. But other than those bricks, I don't really have many bricks sitting around anymore either. But I think I only had like, 500 bricks or so cooked up anyway. So that was not that big of a deal. What am I... Yeah, shaped wood. Okay, that's down here. What else have I done since the last episodes where we went on our little adventures? I built these drying racks. These dryers, I've been drying up some dry wood, so I've been using a lot of bark for this. And in fact, we are going to... Instead of depositing this 400 bark, we're just going to immediately have it go to work in these dryers. There we go. And we'll dry up some more wood. We really need to put more bark than that. These dryers consume butt tons of wood. And if we take a look at the Wheel of Pain, it got changed around a little bit as well. It couldn't work. It couldn't fit back in this room perfectly, so I had to replace it. I started building a roof as well, but the inverted roof tiles don't fit into the position that they need to go in properly. This position here, because they don't actually connect to this wall. They want something to connect to, and they can't connect to those. They have to connect to like a wall over there, so it wants to push them down is the problem. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to change this roof. The first set is going to be ceilings, and they're going to have a fence around them. So there's going to be like a walkway around this entire room, and then after that first set of ceilings, we'll start building a roof inside from that. And that should be a standard roof and should be nice and easy to construct, so there should be no problems with it. Hopefully. If there is a stability problem, I will see if we can work it out. But the calculations should be fine. I should have 5 stability left. Regular ceilings take away 20 stability, and roofs take away 25 stability. So you can fit 3 roofs out in the sense that it's going to take you down to 25 stability, and then the 4th one you wouldn't be able to place. You can fit 4 ceilings out, though, and that'll bring you down to 20 stability. Whereas if you put the roofs until you get to 25, and then you put 1 more ceiling, you go down to 5 stability. And there should be 5 stability in the middle of that section. Anyway, I said that we were going to be a homebody this time, and that's true. I have, I've built up some things here. I have a stove and a grinder, which we're going to place in our home here. I don't know where I want to put these. Probably right here where I had the old cooking fire, whatever I'm gonna call it. Or I could stick it here next to the bed. Like, that's a possibility. I could just stick it here. Is that the front? I thought the front is the side that had these pieces in it. I actually don't know what the front of this thing is. I'm gonna say it's like this, though, for now. I mean, I could put it here since the bed sticks out anyway. It's okay if it sticks out a little bit. That's alright. We're not really going to be using it a lot right now anyway. I just want to get it down for the moment. We do have access now to our aloe soup, which is soup and aloe leaves. The aloe leaves are really easy. We can get those just outside the door. Soup is just purified water, feral flesh, and salt. Salt we can get by grinding stone. That's not that hard to do. Feral flesh is pretty easy to get from the crappier mobs. I mean, everything near us is going to give us savory flesh or savory meat or whatever that we get these grilled steaks from, but I can get that. That's no problem. Purified water, however, is going to take water-filled flasks, so we're going to need crystal in order to make these flasks and fill them up with water. And then we can cook that in here to make purified. So aloe soup is not a problem. We can get ourselves some aloe soup. We also have access to berry juice, which also uses aloe and various berries, which I'm not going to worry myself about right now. This chili, we don't really care so much. Spices, there are a lot of different plants that we could grind down to get spices from, but I don't think we're going to worry about that. These spiced meats are great for going into the Arctic with. Yeah, the only thing I'm really particularly interested in here that's going to be that much better than our grilled steak, or even just the haunches, like these exotic flesh cooked up just on a regular campfire, is this aloe soup. That's the big thing that we care about right now. You could purify water or get berry juice, and you can stack those to larger amounts than like the however many sips you get out of this. What is it, 10, I guess? 10 sips that you get out of these sealed water skins. So you can get a lot more hydration going out of those kinds of things, but I'm pretty sure they end up weighing more. These water skins don't end up weighing very much at all. Anyway, we wanted to place that just to get it down. We don't want to block our spawn, so let's put our grinder out over here right next to the stove, and we'll just spawn right next to that thing if we need to. And the grinder, again, we're not going to use it right away. I just wanted to put it down to have it. Hi there, Stygian Dancer. It's good to have you here. We also got ourselves beehives. Now, I'm not sure if beehives have to be outside or inside in this version of the game. You always could just put them inside and they would work fine. So let's put some beehives inside, shall we? Right next to these dryers makes sense to me. Because you can get them awful close together. I built 8 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm not going to fit one of them? What a waste. What a waste, what a waste, what a waste. Seven. Yeah, I can't fit that last one in there. I mean, I don't necessarily hate the idea of putting it here. If I can access this dryer still. Yeah, I can access that dryer still. That should be fine. So beehives, in addition to that annoying bee sound, are going to make us some honey over time. Honey has a couple of uses, but its primary use, in addition to being food, its primary use is for healing wraps, the advanced healing wraps. These guys right here, improved bandages, numbing wraps. Bandages coated in medicinal agents, I believe use honey, unless that got changed at some point. Healing wraps do not. Are those handcrafted? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they just use aloe and leather. So we're going to have access to some honey. Let's let that build up over time. We'll see if they work when they're inside. You always used to be able to put them inside. If not, we should be able to pick them up. If we can't pick them up, they're not that expensive to make, so it's not that big of a deal. And we also want to get some trapping going on, specifically fish trapping. We're going to put some shellfish traps down too, but I really want fish trapping. Fish give you access to 2 really important resources. They give you access to ichor. When you cook fish, when you cook the unappetizing fish or whatever it is, the crappier fish, you get ichor, and if you put fish in food presses, you get oil. You can hear those bees. So yeah, let's go do that. Now, with building decay, you really want to put buildings on foundations and put a door on it so that they all count as one building, and all you need to do is open the door to stop decay from happening. But as long as I access all of these fishing things every couple of days or so, they should be just fine. You see, we also put our fence foundation walls covering this foundation over here. I did realize as well that in the base game, you cannot put regular walls over top of foundations anymore, like you could in the old data. You can only put these fence foundation walls over foundations. But with that mod, you could put walls over foundations. We'll probably re-enable it at some point. Our altar here had to be adjusted as well. It didn't quite work the way it was without the mod working. If you remember, this bottom step was glitched into the ground before. So it had to be put back down again. But it's put back down. We've got our 30 manifestations of zeal. All is well in the world. Let's keep our Setite mask on us because we are going to head out there. So obviously this patch of water, this oasis, is the closest one to us. But I'm not going to place our traps in it because I'm a little concerned. It's very close to the set village. It actually, the other side of this actually is in the village. Like, through that archway on the other side of this water is actually in the village. And I don't want to have to worry about any issues with that because you can't build inside of the city. That's okay, we're next to the water. I do want to harvest all of the leather I can get though, so let's keep our skinning knife on us. We're not going to drink from our water skin, we're just going to come right on into here and drink directly out of the water. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that... Let's actually just test this. Not aligned enough with the ground, invalid building location. I think it's because we're too close to them. Overlapping with another object must be placed in water. Overlapping with another object. You can place them on the ground here as well, but invalid building locations. And I don't want to stick them all on a foundation. And I think this might be just because we're too close to the village. I mean, it could be because it's not flat enough here, and I actually do need to place a foundation down, which I am willing to do. But still, I don't want a chance that those are just too close to the no building zone over there. I would like to build these somewhere a little bit more consistently reliable, and I know that this is far enough out. This should absolutely be. Also, if you take a look right there, that should be a one of these turtle shell rock shale hide, whatever these guys are, hide bosses. I think that's the world boss for them. There's also a world boss locust on the other side of this oasis, the locust queen. One of them. There's two kinds of locust queens. There's a desert locust queen and a jungle locust queen. It is a desert locust queen that's out over there. Okay. So we've got a nice little patch right here. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. If we left control this and we tilt it, that doesn't work. Middle mouse button should align to terrain. Yeah, there we go. So if I align this to the terrain, I can place these here. So I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to place them right along this water here. Nice and a little bit further out from our home than the other ones. Because I don't want, like I said, but you know, let's get some light here. Like I said before, I don't want to risk the chance that those are just a little too close to the no-build zone. I want to be able to place all 12 of these in a nice, convenient, just straight lined out pattern. And I'm willing, like, if these break because of the building cleanup, I don't mind. They're not that expensive. I am willing to build them again and put foundations under them. But I want them in a nice, convenient, just lineup to grab stuff from. So over time, and it should just take time, that's all that's required for this, these guys should get us some fish. And in addition to that, let's maybe get ourselves some shellfish traps. Really, these work just like this? That's kind of cool. Let's grab this plant fiber real quick, though. Get out of the water and turn that back on again. Yeah, let's try this then. 1, 2. Wow. I never thought these would work like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So you got this just line of traps down here. Is there a hostile one up there? Yeah, there's a hostile one right there. So we're probably going to get attacked by that hostile guy every time we come here as well, which is fine. We can do that, and we can get ourselves some shellfish. I'm perfectly fine with defending myself, as you're probably aware. And we'll see if these work. I was having some trouble with fish traps in the last time I was playing. They gave me like one set of fish, and then they stopped harvesting after that. But I've had lots of success with them in the past. So these kinds of fish here are mainly used for oil. This guy here is used for ichor. And there's another, yeah, this is the other kind of fish right there. So given enough time, that should get us plenty of oil. I look at this as a renewable fuel source, primarily. We definitely are not going to use fish for food. That's just silly. I mean, who would use fish for food? Jeez. This makes no sense. No sense at all to me. The other thing I was noticing is our purge meter is getting awful high now. And actually, they could technically purge any of those fish as well. Every one of them is going to count as its own base because they're not on a foundation. So a purge could actually be triggered on any of those fish potentially as well, which is really entertaining to me as an idea, unless they fix that. Purges haven't been around for that long, guys. Purges as a thing only existed for a very short period of time before the game launched live, and they never really worked correctly anyway. So don't let anybody who was around before the game went live tell you about all of their experience pre-live with purges, because all of their experience pre-live with purges is literally bupkis. If they say otherwise, then they are just lying to you. So we have close to a couple hundred steel fire here. This is good. This is very, very good. Actually, what did I run out? Did I run out of coal or... No, I ran out of tar. And coal is a great way of getting tar, so cool. If I put 100 in here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Let's just let it ride. There you go. And let's put 86 of it in here and let this ride as well. That's more than enough iron in both of them, so we should be good. And then these guys will just leave for now. Okay, here's a good indicator of why you want smelters. So all three of these furnaces had 10, 11, 12. It had 12 stacks of iron ore in them, and then it had 2 stacks of coal, and then it had 1 room open for bars to go into. That's why this first set of bars goes down here, and then they started filling from the top. This furnace that has no smelter in it, no thrall smelter, used almost the whole 2 stacks of coal in order to do these 600 iron bars. These guys, who have a level 2 smelter in them, used less than a full stack of coal in order to do that, which is fantastic. I love it. And they'll get that taken care of without too much hassle as well. This is why you want thralls in there. Like, people are like, oh, the smelter thralls, they don't actually do anything. Like, they don't actually reduce the amount of iron it takes, because it still takes 5 iron to make 1 steel. It still takes multiple ores to make 1 iron. Like, the amounts are still the same. What they do, though, is by making it happen quicker, by making them smelt faster, they reduce the amount of coal, or fuel, whatever fuel you're using, that you have to use. So, more fuel for other things, especially if you're using coal. That gives you more fuel to fluid press, which is fantastico. Alright, that's our steel under wraps. We got that working. Our purge is coming soon. I know what else can we really quickly take care of here? Don't know if I want to take care of anything else this very second. Ooh, honey. Yes, honey works. Fantastic. Yeah, we're just rapidly burning through the bark. It's bonkers. That means that we need to rapidly harvest more wood. Oh, you know what we could do? We'll wrap this up with some building. I don't think I need that much wood. We'll wrap this up with some building. I'm going to get a bunch of stone. I'm going to get us some branches, because I'm probably going to need to rebuild most of this stuff. We'll get all of these, and we'll also get ourselves some plant fiber, of which I have tons now. What am I going to need for ceilings in order to wrap this? I'm going to need... Yeah, that's great. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares, and then 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 triangles. So let's go ceiling. I have unlocked all of the building materials as well, so you can see black ice needs insulated wood, steel reinforcements, and black ice, which we're probably going to be doing most of our building in the future out of black ice. Insulated wood and ceiling, like insulated wood stuff, looks gorgeous, by the way. I love it. That's a tier 2 building material. Reinforced stone I don't like so much. It also uses hardened bricks, which is really annoying. And sandstone, that's a tier 3. Sandstone is a tier 2, just like insulated wood. Oh no, sorry, sandstone is tier 1. Stone brick is tier 2, just like insulated wood. It uses brick-shaped wood and iron reinforcements. I'd rather use insulated wood and iron reinforcements, even though it's super expensive to get, compared to brick, at least. Let's climb up here. Oh, I need to actually build. Come on. Sandstone ceiling. 4, 5, 6. And then I need some wedges. Sandstone wedges. How many of those did I need again? 18, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we're going to need some other stuff that we'll look into after. Why can this item not be moved? What? No frackin' way it can't be moved. Is it because I was climbing? It must have been because I was climbing. Oh, cool, I can pick this up. You can't always pick stuff up, but when you can, it's glorious. So, by that, though, if I could possibly pick up that stuff at the top, that would be great. I am noticing on this roof it's a lot harder to stand on it than it used to be. Like, look at that. I used to be able to stand on this stuff no problem, and now I can't stand on this roof, like, at all, basically. I have to get well up onto one of these to be able to do it. Can I pick this up? No. Well, I'm gonna have to dismantle it. We'll get the refund of the materials. I would rather dismantle this than let the stability die, because I get the refund for the materials. If I let the stability die on it, then I will not get the refund. Oh, come on. Come on. Seriously? I still can't target that. There we go. I can pick that one up. Can't pick that one up. I don't know why you can sometimes pick it up with the pickup mod and sometimes you can't. It's a little irritating. Maybe is it a proximity thing? Like, you can sometimes pick items up, sometimes you can't. I wonder if maybe it's a proximity thing. Well, let's climb up here. I should be able to climb onto this ceiling. I can't get onto those wedges, though. Yeah, I don't know why. I can't get onto the wedges properly. If I go right here, I should stay up on this when I finish that. And then let's climb over here. And let's get onto this one. Yeah, if I'm, like, literally right on top of them, I seem to be able to pick them up. Let's test that out here as well. Can I pick you up? I can. Is there any more? I think there might be one more. Yeah, there's one more right here. So let's get you picked up. So maybe it is a proximity thing. Maybe if I don't have the pickup option, I should try getting closer to the building that I want to pick up. That's a possibility, I suppose. What direction do I want this to be? I guess like this. Is that right? Yeah, that builds out that way, and witchmabugger is on the outside or inside. Yeah, that's the way I want it. You there, you there. Oh, there's one more. Tee hee hee hee. Well, I can pull that one up just fine, as you got a lovely view there. You know, you're welcome. Good, that's the right direction as well. Now, can I climb up onto this? I wonder if I can climb up through here. I doubt I can. I'll have to climb underneath this one, and then over. Yeah, there we go. Check that out. Okay, see, this I can't. Maybe certain items are registered as you can do that too, but there were some of those sloped ones that I couldn't, that I had to dismantle. Was there not? Or was it always? See, this is a wedge sloped roof and I can pick it up. What triggers that? This one I can pick up? Like, what allows me to pick it up versus not picking it up? And there's some other things that I can pick up sometimes and can't other times. Like, a lot of the time, things like a furnace I'll be able to pick up pretty much unconditionally, it feels like to me. But other things I can't necessarily pick up. And I don't know what lets me and what doesn't let me. It's infuriating is what it is. But whatever. It is what it is, I suppose. See, this one I have to dismantle. Although maybe if I tried it again with a different, like, position, I might have been able to pick it up. I have no clue. These wedges have a direction as well, but I'm not that picky about the direction on these wedges. So let's just fill them in. And one more. And what we'll do is we'll build a fence around this, so there's going to be this walking path all the way around here. And then this inner section, we will build inverted. No, I want the regular ones. Yeah, these guys. This inner section here, we will build these guys out of. Come on. Darn it. There you go. The building system is a little finicky, but it's very versatile, so I do wish there was a little bit more emphasis on building stability for like making people aware of it. Rust does a very good job of just telling you what the stability is, for example. You need a repair hammer to tell the stability here, which isn't that bad, but I find a lot of noobs just literally can't figure out like why their stuff doesn't fit together, and there's nothing telling them, hey, why don't you build a repair hammer and check out then, right? So I feel like they could do a little bit better job of just sort of explaining the building stability system to people. I don't really have too many issues with it, and that seemed to work just fine. So there we go. No problems at all. Let's get at some fences. So this is going to require 18 plus another 6, because it needs one for every one of those ceiling tiles we put on. No, it doesn't. It only needs 2 for each of these 3. Okay. Okay, so it's going to need 12. Or am I totally wrong about that? No, I am totally wrong. It's going to need a total of 18 fences. So let's start building some fences. That'll be sandstone fences. I can craft 13 of them right now, so I'm going to need a little bit more building material. Let's just go downstairs real quick and grab a little bit more building material. And while we're grabbing a bit more building material... Whoops, that's not those anymore. While we're grabbing some more... I am silly. I don't have any of that on me. While we're grabbing building material, we can store this plant material and branches, because I don't need them anymore. Let's get some stone, because that's what I'm short on. So I built 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I think is correct, although I'm not 100% sure of that. This is miscellaneous stuff, though, so let's put these thatch roof things back in there. Put this on our hotbar. And let's get back out there. Especially if there's a purge coming, this is going to make it easier to stick archers up here and all that good stuff. So, you know, could be okay. It's not as hideous as it could have been. I could have actually extended this out a little bit to put a bit of a hoarded battlement on it, potentially. I could have built things underneath to make hoarding. Would have been cool, I suppose. But we're not. We're just going to do this. We'll stick our fences up. What? I don't know what was up there. It must have been targeting some weird position that I couldn't tell. Do I want a fence here? For now, I'm going to put a fence here, so it will be fully fenced. We take a look at this. It's not that attractive at all, but it is a lot better than being totally bare, where if I stepped out of it into it during a sandstorm, I would die. It also gives me something that I could put people on. This would have been better if I stuck a battlement out, and then I built like the roofs, upside down roofs underneath it, maybe to hold it up as hoarding. I think that would have looked really nice. As it stands, this just looks like a cylindrical tower. But again, this base is not about aesthetics at all. Like, this base is not supposed to be about how it looks. This base is purely functional in order to get me the materials I need for like a real base. Further, probably in the north. I'm considering building in the jungle, but I have a few northern locations that I want to try out. So I will probably build the first sort of real base up north a bit. I'm going to have to listen to those bees inside all the time now. That's slightly irritating, but not so much. And let's take a quick peek from inside now. From inside, this is what we get. We've got this ceiling on the outer edge, and then the inner edge is just a round hut ceiling, a round hut roof, basically, which lifts up just where it needs to support the Wheel of Pain. Fantastico! Okay. So I think with that, we're in good shape to close it out today. Again, we were just a bit of a homebody today, taking care of some of these resource gathering things that we sort of needed to get going on, to sort of take the next step on. I want to continue producing iron reinforcements, continue producing iron, farming and producing all that stuff, and doing a lot of cool things in the future. We can start getting steel reinforcements in the near future too. I might start fighting the Nordheimers a little bit to get some steel. Come back home with like an inventory full of steel. That'd be pretty cool. We're probably gonna have to fight a purge off very, very soon, but I think what I want to maybe do is head south and take a look at the dregs and maybe do that first dungeon and kill the abyssal there. That would be pretty cool. So maybe in the next couple episodes, maybe, no promises, we might end up going on a dungeon run. If we don't go on a dungeon run, I mean, we can still go out, we can go afield and explore a little bit. Maybe we can, oh no, I was going to say maybe we can go learn the Set religion, but then I'm like, no, we started with Set. We don't need to learn Set. Maybe killing some elephants would be good. It's important to get elephant skin. There's lots of elephants right here in this oasis. Or, not oasis, a savanna. That savanna up north has lots of rhinos. This one has lots of elephants. Alternatively, we could go for mammoths up in the cold north. Lots of different options. I don't really need to go up into the snow yet. Not until we're, you know, level 50 or higher. But if I can get some orbs, maybe we... Ooh. Okay, I could start preparing for star metal. We don't really need star metal, but we can start preparing for it. Preparing for it means a trip all the way across the map into the jungle. We could go exploring the jungle. We're gonna go here. So you see this island and these beaches around it? This is our target to prepare for star metal. We need salamanders, which live out here. They drop these glands that we can use to make demon fire orbs, and we need those in order to harvest star metal. So maybe we'll go on a trip out into the jungle. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But, if we're out here, we can get lots of gold as well. Yeah. Maybe we'll do an expedition to the jungle where we will pick up some glands, and we will maybe take a trip over to get gold, and then head home. I mean, it's all the way across the map. It's really far away. But it could be cool. I don't know. But I'll see you guys next time.